Libra, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Libras, please. All right, your energy, the 10 of Cups, okay. Your person, the King of Wands, all right. They're viewing you as the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, okay. What you're not seeing is the Hermit card. All right, you might have a secret admirer here. And the final outcome, we see the 5 of Cups, okay. And your energy, the Fool in reverse, okay. So some of my Libras, I actually feel like you're about to be surprised here. But with the Fool in reverse, Aries energy, your opposite sign, you may be worried about feeling foolish here. You may be worried about taking a risk or a leap of faith here with this person. But with the 10 of Cups, I do feel like you're feeling all loved up. Like you're really into this. You have really strong feelings. And some of you, I'm hearing like, I'm a fool for you. I feel like a fool for you. Like this person has you feeling like giddy, has you feeling like not yourself. All right, but we'll see. So the 10 of Cups here tells me you're looking for a relationship. You also don't really want to rush into things. But with the Ace of Wands in reverse, I'm wondering if you're feeling like this person's going to reject you, or I don't know. I feel like you're a little bit worried about rejection, or you're worried that maybe they're not as attracted to you as you are to them, or that somehow you won't be able to have this new beginning here. I'm going to tell you something here, Libra. This person is very physically attracted to you. All right. At the soul level, you're viewing them as the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. So someone here who doesn't hold back, somebody here who is really compatible. Most likely they're around you in some capacity, like in your community, a friend or a coworker or something. But you might be a little bit worried that this person has let go of you. Like, so maybe they're not flirting with you as much, or maybe they're not communicating as much. Maybe there's been a breakup or a separation here. Let's see, you're viewing the relationship, Libra, as the 2 of Swords in reverse. You are very clear that you want a new beginning with this person, but I think you're worried about looking foolish or feeling foolish. I think they really have you in your feels. You might be worried that there's not going to be a new beginning, but you definitely want this new beginning. Some of you might feel like you rushed into things here, or maybe rushed out of things here with this person. Okay, they could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. This person is making a decision, but they're looking back at the past. They're doing a little bit of a review, but they're ready to make a decision about some sort of new beginning here, Libra. Maybe they're deciding between you and somebody else, or they're just looking at the time and effort that you've put into the connection, or that, you know, both of you have put into the connection. I do think this person's passionate about you. They want a new beginning. This person's, I do feel with the Hermit card, they're really in their head, but they might be a bit of the stoic type. All right, obsession. So some of my Libras, you are feeling a little bit low-key obsessed here. But remember, no amount of obsession is going to make a situation better. Find a way to let go. And it doesn't necessarily mean letting go of this person, but let go of what's happened. I mean, maybe I wonder if some of my Libras, you're feeling like maybe you said or did the wrong thing. Maybe you made the wrong impression. Maybe you said something and they're not interested anymore. Let's see. And for others of you, I mean, you were in a higher level of commitment with this person, and you're just worried about where this is going, what's happened. Yeah, the call of the void. There's a candle in your heart ready to be rekindled. All you have to do is acknowledge the void so you can heal properly. Yeah, so I mean, some of my Libras, there's some healing work to do here, but I also just think there's a candle in your heart that's ready to be rekindled. Some of you, this is a connection, like maybe you've been single for a long time. And you know, it's just like you're not used to feeling this way. You're not sure you've still got it, right? Like that kind of energy. Of course, that's not for all of you. And we see a bright future ahead. So I feel like Spirit's really reassuring you here, Libra. There are no limits to what you can have. Believe in your dreams and success will follow. So it's like, believe in yourself. You've got this, Libra. I feel like you're really in your head. You're worried about looking foolish or feeling foolish. And some of you, it may just be because you've been single for a long time here. Or something that's happened between the two of you. But Spirit's saying you're actually in alignment here, Libra. Everything is aligning perfectly in your life. What didn't make sense in the past will now start to fall into place. All right. With the King of Wands, I think this person is somebody sexy, powerful, attractive. They definitely seem focused on you, Libra. All right. They definitely feel like they're very attracted to you. They're very focused on you. But with the Hermit card, I feel like this is somebody that doesn't reveal their feelings. This may also be somebody who has been single for a long time as well. So they might also be feeling nervous about this. All right, we see the Judgment card. This person is making a decision. We get that they're making a decision here. I do think they want to up-level this connection or reconcile. The High Priestess, Cancer, Pisces energy. This is somebody who has way deeper feelings for you than you realize, Libra. So for those of you who are doubting yourselves, or you're doubting this connection, or am I just silly to think that they like me? You know, am I just fantasizing? Am I delulu here? No. All right. This person has very deep romantic feelings for you. I think they're emotionally intelligent and intuitive, but I think they're stoic. I think they don't show their feelings very well. And the Wheel of Fortune. This is a destined partner. This person is coming towards you. They've made a decision that they are going to tell you how they're feeling. Now, I feel like they're also a bit insecure here with the Ace of Pentacles. They might feel like they've messed up, that they've missed an opportunity with you. Okay, because you're like kind of in your feels and probably have pulled back your energy, questioning whether or not, you know, gosh, was I silly to think that this was even going to work? You know, whatever. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. They feel like they've missed an opportunity with you. The Four of Swords in reverse. They might even be worried that they've somehow hurt your feelings. They might feel like you quickly moved on. Okay, so if there was a breakup or something. But I also feel with the Four of Swords in reverse, you know, they might feel like, yeah, like you, like, maybe you're not giving them the attention that you once were. And most likely because you're feeling insecure because you don't know how they're feeling. And I get they're feeling the same way. They're kind of feeling like, well, I might have missed this opportunity with Libra. Maybe I took too long to tell them how I feel, or I said the wrong thing. I'm just getting two people who are mirroring each other, and they're a little bit worried they've missed an opportunity and you've moved on with somebody else. Yeah, they might be worried that that they took too long is what I'm getting, that you're not waiting. And that you just sort of decided to like move off in a different direction, not say anything, just kind of avoid them. And the King of Wands in reverse. This person is also worried that you're not attracted to them. I think we've got two people mirroring each other here. I think you two both have been single for a while. And, you know, it might be a little bit nerve-wracking to get back out there and date. Or you're both just kind of really into each other, but waiting for the other one to give each other the green light, the go ahead, let's make this happen. I think this person's worried, Libra, that maybe you're a bit of a player because you might be acting a little bit aloof without even realizing it, because I think you're feeling a little bit insecure, you're feeling a little bit unsure. This person sees you as sexy and attractive, but they might feel like you're hiding something, you're avoiding, or there's some sort of third party. If this was a connection that, for example, let's say you guys got physical quickly, they might be worried that, oh my gosh, like, you know, that shouldn't have happened. Maybe you're worried, oh my gosh, that shouldn't have happened. How do we, you know, where do we go from here? Maybe it's just meant to be a fleeting romance. All right, we see the Seven of Swords in reverse, but you have somebody with deep secret feelings that's ready to reveal them to you, Libra. And I do think you're going to be kind of shocked. I think this is somebody who has a lot to offer. I think they're coming towards you probably pretty soon. All right, let's see. What do we need to know about this person for my Libras? Okay, we see child magical pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Now, I don't think that's this person in a nutshell, but I do think that they're a little bit pessimistic, although that's not coming through in their energy. But the way they're viewing you, Libra, is like, I think this person is maybe used to disappointment, or they're fearing the worst here. They might be feeling a little bit depressed. They might also be feeling like they really messed up here with you, whether they did or they didn't. All right, because this person is somebody who has it together, who has a lot to offer. But when it comes to you, it's like they have these insecurities. And we see the judge coming through. But this is somebody that wants to make it right. Balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. This is somebody who is fair and just, and they're compassionate, but more so I think they're just making that decision with the Judgment card and the Two of Wands in reverse that we saw to come in and make it right, to come in and balance the scales of justice, come and see what's happening here. Because I think they're just worried that either you're angry, you're triggered, you've moved on, you're hiding something, they've missed an opportunity here, and I don't think they want that to happen, any of that. So they're viewing you as the Samaritan. They're seeing you as a good person. I almost feel like you're like the best person they've met ever or in a long time. And they see you as a rebel. They see you as challenging authority to affect social change, rejecting spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. So this rebel energy is like they love how you're different. They love that, you're not afraid to march to the beat of your own drum. But they also know that when it comes to like dating and when it comes to relationships, like that you do things differently. And that they might also have to do things differently. Like they can't apply what they know about other relationships to you or other people because you're a totally different animal here, Libra. And again, that might have them feeling a little bit confused, but I feel like they like you more because of that. The Hermit card, Virgo energy. This person's planning something. Again, I think this person has been single for a while or they are currently single. This is somebody who goes within to get answers. Okay. And we have the Nine of Wands. They definitely hold a torch for you, but I do get a real guarded energy here, Libra. See, you've opened up something in this person that I don't think they're used to feeling. All right. And we see the Two of Wands. There they are. They're guarded, but they want this new beginning. They're making a decision and they want to heal things. Some of you, they really feel like they messed up, even if they didn't. But I don't know if maybe they were having a bad day. Maybe they said the wrong thing. I just get that they're reviewing conversations. They're reviewing your last interactions. And they're like, oh my gosh, I need to make it up to Libra. I need to tell Libra the truth about how I feel. I don't think that they were actively playing games. But I think they just realized how something they did or they said landed wrong. The Five of Cups. So I'm getting an energy of, yes, this is sadness, this is disappointment. But I actually feel like when the truth comes out here, Libra, you're going to be feeling like sad that you guys didn't talk about this earlier. Because I get that you both feel the same way. And I kind of feel like, we've both been stressing for these last couple of days, or we've both been stressing this last month or this last week or whatever. And turns out we both really want each other and we're both feeling a little insecure. That's kind of the energy I'm picking up on, but let's see. We see the Ace of Pentacles, missed opportunity, Four of Wands, instability, and we see the Three of Swords, getting to the heart of the matter. Nine of Cups. Your person's feeling emotionally drained. I think your person's worried that this is going to be, this is just a fleeting romance. Some of you might have like slept together on the first date, or, things got physical sooner than maybe you anticipated, or something like that. Now, the Five of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Three of Swords. These are not, a beautiful outcome for a relationship cards, right? But the way that I'm reading this, Libra, is really truly that you two are going to get to the heart of the matter. And I feel like when you get to the heart of the matter about how you really feel about each other and what you both want, because I think you're both kind of timid here and mirroring each other, you're going to be a little bit sad and disappointed, right? That you were both thinking, I messed this up, or that this is a missed opportunity. I don't feel like it is. I feel like there's a bright future here. I actually think you're both in alignment. I just think there's a conversation that needs to take place. Now, the cards that are coming up may prove me completely wrong. So let's go ahead and dig in a little bit deeper into who this person is, what they're like, what they might be going through. But I think you're going to get to the heart of the matter, and I think you guys are going to be sad that it took you so long, or sad that you both were kind of freaking out on your own, in your own corners, worried, stressed, obsessed about each other, when really doesn't feel like there was much to worry, stress, or obsess about, okay? But we see love is in the air. Yeah, you two feel the same way about each other. We see shady. All right. So this person's definitely, I mean, I'm not getting that they've acted shady. Their energy, the cards that are coming through for them with the Judge and the child magical card, even though it came out in reverse, like they're a little bit pessimistic and maybe a little bit depressed, but they're coming out as the King of Wands, the Judgment card, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess. Like, this is not somebody who's acting shady. But I do think this is them watching you, keeping tabs on you without you quite realizing it. They're in it to score. They're in it to win it, right? And I don't mean just to sleep with you. I mean, they do want victory here. Okay, we see quick replies. If you were to reach out to them, boom, they would respond in a heartbeat, and we get sneaky energy. And I also think this person, again, I mean, we can't ignore sneaky energy, but I do think that this person, shady and sneaky, is like this person has been trying to get your attention, maybe trying to manifest you. All right, this is somebody who's not ready to move on from you, Libra. I don't think you're ready to move on from them either. All right, so let's keep going. Let's see what else we need to know. What do we need to know about this person? All right, they're a caretaker. Yeah, I get good vibes from them, to be honest. An adventurous spirit, okay, willing to take a risk, non-committal. Now, again, this may be something here that needs to be cleaned or cleared up, because they may have given you the impression that they weren't looking for marriage, or they weren't looking for a commitment. If you were on a date with this person per se, or maybe you were dating this person, who knows? And they might have said something that made you feel like, what, you don't want a relationship, or you're not looking for marriage? And I don't know, it just feels like it came out the wrong way, or they said something, and then when they kind of think about what they said, they were like, well, that's not actually who I am anymore. You know, that was a belief that I've had, or, you know, I just feel like they want to not just backtrack to win you back. I just feel like they said something that wasn't quite in alignment with them. Now, they could be much younger. Again, they may have also told you about their history. They may have been non-committal when they were younger. And that might have been something that really spun you out, Libra, because patterns are important. You know, if this person was like, oh yeah, you know, I cheated on everybody when I was younger, you know, big red flag, right? Like, do people really change? You know, what are their morals and their values? You know, things like that. So again, you may have found out something about their past here that made you feel a little bit uncomfortable, or made you think that they didn't really want this, or you should reject this. And we see shows empathy. This is this person, they're putting themselves in your shoes here, Libra. And I think they're realizing something they said or they did really landed wrong. And I just think they want to come in and make it up to you. But I think they're worried they've missed their chance. They made a bad impression. You've made up your mind. You know, or maybe they made you feel like they didn't actually want something serious. And maybe you guys got physical together. But I just think they're like, why did I do that? Or, oh my gosh, I didn't see how that landed. Right? And when in the moment. So we see true love here. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. But the timing isn't quite right. So we do get double Ace of Pentacles in reverse, which can be like a yes, but not right now. Again, there may have been a misunderstanding during Mercury retrograde, which was about 2-3 weeks ago. But the timing isn't quite right. That's okay. It doesn't mean that it's never. Yeah, this relationship deserves a second chance. See, I love the confirmation here. I feel like you both deserve a second chance here. Why? Because this is a divine counterpart situation. This is a true love situation. Somebody here has regret for the way they treated you, or something they said that they didn't really mean. But again, I don't think this is somebody who just kind of talks out of their ass, Libra. But I just kind of feel like they said something to you, and then they realized how it landed, and they were also like, I don't even know if this is true for me anymore. And I just think they regret that. And Spirit's saying this relationship absolutely deserves a second chance. I feel like it deserves a second chance. And I think you both are kind of nervous, but you need to get to the heart of the matter here. And I think they're worried that this is going to be a fleeting romance, that they really messed it up here with you. So we see boundaries. You need to hold good boundaries so you don't feel violated. So this person may have put up boundaries, Libra, that felt a little bit coarse or terse, or a little bit, I don't know, I want to say like heavier than they should have been. It's like they didn't need to put up these boundaries with you, but it may be just that they're used to doing that, or they're reacting to something from the past. again. And that could be like, all right, well, maybe they were like, yeah, we shouldn't, hang out every day, even if you're enjoying each other and loving hanging out with each other every day. And you're like, what do you mean? Like, I just feel like it's something like that. And then they put up strong boundaries, and you can't fix someone. They have to want to change, accept them, or let them go. Yeah. And again, maybe this person too, I feel like in their past, they may have been, they may have been in codependent relationships. They may have had to fix other people. And again, they might have said or done something that made you think like they don't really care, or they didn't really want to be in a relationship. Again, I think they're reacting to the past. And I see this person going through an aha moment, being like, when I said that to Libra, it didn't come out good. It didn't come out the way, it didn't come out good. And it's not something I actually want to apply to Libra. I feel like this was true for them in the past. It was necessary for them in the past, but it's not. They're realizing this isn't necessary with you. They don't need to fix you, and they don't need to have these boundaries like they've had to have with other people. That's what I'm getting. All right, let's see what this person wants to say to you, Libra. What does this person want to say to my Libras? We will be together again. Second chance. They absolutely want another shot. They're coming in. Our connection still affects me. They're still affected by this. Being apart has been life-changing for me. Yeah, they want another shot. This person's coming back, and I think this connection deserves another shot. All right, I think there was a misunderstanding. I think there's confusion. I think there's insecurity on both sides. I think it's going to be resolved. I am reading that Three of Swords 100% as getting to the heart of the matter. And they don't want to miss this opportunity with this relationship. All right, so let's see. What are their future actions in the next couple of days? Justice card, making a decision here, Libra. Devil energy, super stressed about you, even if they're acting aloof, making communication, and Eight of Coins, doing things differently. They're planning some sort of communication here. All right, and yeah, they need to get out of their head. They don't want to let this go. They don't want to let you go. But they may act a little bit aloof, but they're making this decision because they're really stressed. They can't stop thinking about you. They want to put in the work. They're coming in with communication and the Eight of Coins. They're planning it, but they also know that something needs to be done differently here. I don't know, Libra. I like this reading. I like this reading for you. I like this reading for this person. I feel like you both need to give each other grace here, because I do think it's a relationship that's worth exploring or saving. All right, so let's see what else we need to know. Final messages, advice, and guidance for my Libras. Nothing needs to be fixed right now. All right. Feelings exist, but consistency doesn't. Okay, so maybe some of you too, like I said, for a lot of you, I feel like it, like you didn't maybe get to that. Like it was a newer connection. You didn't really get to the part where you two could be really consistent with one another just yet. Feelings absolutely exist. We see true love. We see twin flame energy. This person may have been inconsistent with you, okay? And that may be also why you were like, pull my energy back. Am I being fooled? Am I being tricked here? You don't need an answer tonight, Libra, but you will get your answer. And this hasn't found its shape yet, but I certainly feel like it will. And ground before you interpret. All right, my lovely Libras, I'm going to leave it here. Sending you love and light. Take care.